unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, I'm Vanessa Somuayina and welcome to the fam. So you guys, today's reading is a really interesting and super juicy one. We're going to be getting into the deets of who admires you and why they admire you so much. And before I get into the video, I just wanted to have a quick heart-to-heart with each and every one of you. If you've been stressing out about a dude or a girl, doesn't really matter who, if you've been stressing out about another human being, I want you to know that it's not worth it and you're beautiful and deserving, and sometimes you just need to hear it from somebody else to internalize that. So I'm that person that wants to tell you that, because you know what, stress causes disease, it causes unhappiness, it really has some pretty awful side effects, and unicorn fam, there is no human being on this planet that is worth that. And unicorn fam, if somebody costs you your sanity, your well-being, it's not worth it. There's no human being on this planet that is worth that. And if somebody truly cares about you, they're not going to want to put you through that anyways. So that's just a message that I thought was very important for you guys to hear, because you know I'm here to build you up. I'm here to build up my unicorn army. You guys are so ride or die for me, my channel, my content, and I want to show you that I am the exact same in return. So that is also why I make sure that I upload so regularly and that I'm always here in the comment section engaging, because I truly care about you. But anyways, you guys, enough of my cheesy intro. We will talk a lot more in the 4 groups. So what you do now is you pick one of these 4 minerals that resonates the most with you. Go with whichever one that you like. And the 4 minerals are as follows. We have the clear quartz, we have the Vanadinite, we have an electroplated quartz, as well as the amethyst. All the timestamps can be found in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section by myself, so you can fast forward to each one of these readings with just one click. So yeah, guys, I've spoken a lot in this intro, so I actually might as well just add one more thing. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, as well as turn on the notifications bell. Especially in these difficult times, I want you to all capitalize off of my content and benefit from the positive messages that come from the divine. So it's really quick and easy and free. Just hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another reading. So I will be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the clear quartz, and to all my other gorgeous groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the clear quartz group number 1, and I want to get straight into your reading to figure out exactly who admires you and why they admire you. So I have 2 cards prepared, and the rest we are going to be doing live, okay? So we have the 3 of shells as well as the emperor. In the 3 of shells, one thing that I see here is that the person who is into you is somebody who is very lively, okay? They're somebody who is playful and who enjoys being around other people. So they are really the light of the party, if you will. They are also kind of a leader, okay? That is one thing that I see here in the emperor, as they're the kind of person who likes to be in charge, who likes to come up with ideas of what to do next. So if you're out and about, know that the person who kind of like stands out a little or kind of leads a group is the person who admires you, okay? So you may think to yourself, why do they admire me? Like, I just don't understand. I want you to know that sometimes opposites really do work well together, and opposites do attract in certain instances. Of course, opposites aren't always the best, as you can clash when it comes to your opinions, especially if you're in a relationship. But when it comes to just that initial attraction, often people like what they don't know because it's mysterious. So they feel as though you're somebody who is mysterious. They admire you for the fact that you're not so loud, or at least not purposely trying to be loud. That is one thing that I see here. So we have the 4 of acorns as well as love. So this admiration is really pretty deep, group number 1, okay? In love, I see here that they feel as though they can fully trust you. They feel as though you're somebody who is easy to love and somebody that they would like to get closer to emotionally, okay? In the 4 of acorns, I see that you give them comfort, you give them stability. The number 4 is a very stable number, and I want you to know here in the 4 of acorns that they feel as though you're the kind of person who gives them the stability that they need in order to follow through on their ideas and everything that lights them up. So they may put up like a facade that seems like they're confident, but when it comes to who they truly are, they need you, group number one. They admire you because they feel like your strength is very pure and your strength comes from the inside. And that is something that they want more of in their life. That is something that they want in and around them. Okay, we have cards that are just speaking for themselves. We have intention as well as goddess. So group number one, they find you attractive. They find you physically attractive. They admire you because of that, okay? And the goddess, I see here that they feel as though you have very divine feminine energy, and this applies to male, female, whoever it is that you identify as. Feminine energy is something that we all have some of, okay? So it doesn't matter what gender you identify as, but I want you to know that what they find attractive in you, what they admire in you, is that femininity, okay? And I see here that sometimes you need to see your inner beauty. Sometimes you need to be the one who loves every part of yourself, because they are capable of loving every part of you. You're the one who's getting in your way sometimes. So in intention, I see here that you have to be clear and decisive to take that step to love yourself unconditionally, every part of you. Even if you, for instance, do not like your feet, okay? And I have a toe that's like really small and crippled and just not cute, okay? And I used to hate that toe. But then one day I was like, Vanessa, girl, like, you need to be grateful for the fact that that toe helps you to walk. Did you know that if you lose a toe, depending on which one it is, you will have difficulties walking? Like, each one of those toes serves a purpose. Whether you consider it to be pretty or not, you should be grateful that you have that. So of course it is just an example that I wanted to bring to you that hits home for me personally. And it seems really silly just bringing it up and talking about it now, but that is truthfully and honestly how I felt. And you might have something like that in your life right now too, where you're completely missing the point, okay? So aesthetically, you may not find something particularly pleasing, but then you're forgetting the purpose of it. You're forgetting the purpose of your body to carry you through this life, to kind of be that vessel that you can use in order to create things, to inspire people, to love, to experience love. So don't down yourself or kind of make yourself feel like parts of you are lesser than just because of vanity, okay? Or just because of what society considers to be attractive at this point in time. We all know society is fickle and kind of changes opinions a lot. So why conform to something that isn't steady anyways, and that just changes according to who's hot right now and who isn't? I mean, at the end of the day, you're you. Live your best you. We have magic as well as compassion. So they love that you're somebody who is compassionate, okay? This person adores you. This person really likes you because of this compassionate streak that you have. You're maybe a natural empath. That could be something that you've heard prior to this video and you thought to yourself, well, what does that really mean? Okay, natural empaths are people who feel on a very deep level. You can put yourself in somebody else's shoes more easily than others, or you're more willing to do so, okay, in order to really experience what they're going through, to understand them on a deeper level, okay? So one thing that I see here is the fact that you have to kind of like forgive some of your old flaws. I see that they can see that there are parts of you that are still fighting a little bit, okay? One thing that I see here in magic is that you kind of just need to believe in miracles, okay? You kind of just need to believe that magic surrounds you and that it's possible for the unthinkable to happen to you, the unthinkable in a positive way, okay? So don't feel as though miracles or great bliss, bounty, and abundance is for other people. It is for you as well, okay? But if you feel as though you're not worthy or it's not meant to be in this lifetime for you, then of course you will be repelling it, which you should not do under any circumstances. Group number one, I have kind of gotten a bit more into you. So let's focus more on, you know, them, why they adore you, why they find you so kind of intriguing, okay? So we have perchance to dream, as well as revenge. Okay, so one thing that I see here in perchance to dream is just like the fact that they feel as though they've already seen you in a dream, okay? They feel as though they've already come in contact with you. When you meet this person, if you meet this person, you will both feel this connection. You will both know that somehow you have already met, okay? So that could be in a dream, that could be kind of like in another lifetime, whatever it is that you believe in or you feel like you have experience in this person. Trust that feeling, okay? One thing that I see here in revenge is the fact that they've been through a lot, okay? They may have had a very vengeful kind of ex or a very vengeful ex-friend that was in their life, and they're kind of like a little bit broken by that. There's somebody who is sensitive and they like you because they feel as though you're a natural empath and you would not do that. So they like you for the qualities that somebody else who deeply hurt them lacked, because they want the exact opposite now. Then we have peaceful among thorns, as well as obsession. Okay, so one thing that I see here is that this person really adores you because they feel as though you give them just this sense of peace. They feel as though when they're around your energy, they feel like they can just be in a peaceful spot. They feel as though they can relax and they don't need to worry so much. They feel almost like they're in a meditative state. That is one thing that I see here in peaceful among thorns. Furthermore, in obsession, I want you to know obsession in correlation to the number 3 is a very interesting card. So they kind of have low-key an obsession with you. They would not admit it. It is not some kind of like sick obsession, okay? It is not something creepy. It is just like an obsession with taking in your energy, with being around you, with experiencing things with you. When they experience something that's amazing, they wish that you were there. They wish that the thing that you personify for them was around them so they could experience this bliss with another human being. They feel as though they're at a point now where they have accomplished a certain amount of things and they want to share experiences with another human being. And that is what they like you for, okay? That is what they want you for, because they feel like you're somebody they can trust, somebody they can easily love, somebody who will always understand and always have a very open mind and empathetic outlook on a situation. So group number 1, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you found it insightful and informative. I hope that it gave you a good idea as to why this person adores you, why this person likes you so much. What is it about you that makes them really love you, okay? So let me know down in the comment section if you made it to the end of this video. Leave a little, let's say a little star emoji down below to let me know, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Vanadinite group number 2, which is just a gorgeous crystal. Let me do a quick little close-up for you. Very sparkly, very out there. That may be the reason why you chose it, but let's move into your reading. So I have prepared just 2 cards, and the rest we will do intuitively. So we have the 5 of crystals as well as the 2 of shells. And the 2 of shells, I can already tell you that this person who admires you, who adores you in a loving way that goes a bit deeper than a friendship, okay? They truly kind of have romantic that they are willing to be persistent to get to know you even better, to get to know you on a deeper level, and to explore the possibilities that are here between you and them, okay? And the 2 of shells, one thing that I also see is that they like you because you seem like the kind of person who is able to settle down and be faithful. You seem, oh, okay, the cards are speaking for themselves. You seem to be loyal is what I was trying to say, but let's move further in. We have the High Priestess, okay? So their intuition tells them that you are trustworthy, group number 2. So that is something that they really enjoy about you. That is something that they feel like they need. Finally, they have had family betrayal. They have had situations that were uneasy. And the 5 of crystals, I see that that may have had to do with money. Maybe somebody took money away from them, didn't give it back, promised them that they would start a business together, but instead just wasted their time. You know, those kind of scenarios. So that is what they've been through, and they're done with with that, and they're very excited to have somebody like you in their life that they feel that they can trust, okay? And they also feel as though you're connected to sacred knowledge. So it could be that down the line in your lineage, in your heritage, okay, there are some people there who were natural healers, okay, who were shamans, who were people that took care of others in a very selfless way, and they did so in a very holistic way as well, okay, a very holistic approach, and they feel that healer energy, because if there's one thing about DNA, then that is that it is like a storage for information, okay? So information can be stored in DNA and passed on down generations. So let's move further into your reading to figure out a little more. We have transformation. So one thing that I see here is that this person who adores you is somebody who has been through a lot of transitions in their life, okay? So they have been through things that have made them need and want to change, but they changed in pain, okay? That is one thing that I see in correlation to the 5 of crystals. It wasn't easy for them. There were a lot of obstacles on the road, in the way, as they were trying to really change who they were as a person for the better, but they persisted. That is one thing about the 5 of crystals. They deliberately continue to push and continue to go, even though it was difficult, because they had to prove a point to themselves. Let's move further into your reading. We have the colorless angel, we have forgetting oneself, as well as addicted. So in the colorless angel, one thing that I see is kind of like a fear of not being seen by you, group number 2. This person who adores you, this person who finds you very inspirational as well, okay? They're afraid that you see them as this colorless angel, as this thing that isn't really worthy of your time or your feelings. They're very worried about that. Their self-worth is a little lower when they come in contact with you, and that may be, yes, because they're kind of crushing on you, because they kind of really like you in a romantic sense. So I want you to know here in forgetting oneself that that makes them very nervous, very uneasy. They kind of might say things that they don't mean to say, and it puts them in a position where they feel very vulnerable. And because it means a lot to them for you to like them, for you to find them somebody who is pleasurable to be around, they can really talk a lot into themselves, how they're not good enough. They can really stress themselves out because of that, okay? So they're very nervous when it comes to interacting with you. In addicted, one thing that I see is that this person who admires you is somebody who has dealt with addiction. This is somebody who has dealt with some form of mental kind of constraint. So that could be a mental constraint that kept them close to alcohol. It could be a mental addiction that kept them close to drugs. It could also be something very different, okay? Eating disorders are mental addictions. It is an addiction that you cannot, if you haven't experienced it, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know how bound you are to those chains and how it can sometimes never go away. And the same goes for things like, you know, for instance, depression. That is something I don't really know very much about, so I'm not going to speak too deeply into it because I don't want to say anything that would be wrong or misinformative. But you know how a lot of these mental things that we deal with, they all just start in our brain, and yes, it can physically show, and yes, it turns into like a physical craving, but the starting point is a mental thing. So they had dealt with that, okay? That is something that they went through. That is part of their transformation. Getting out of that space where they were either dealing with a mental addiction or, you know, something that had to do with a substance, but they're fighting every day, okay? This person is a fighter, and this person admires you because you give them energy and strength to carry on. And I know it can sometimes be very unattractive if somebody has dealt with something like that, and it may make you want to push them away, but give them a fair chance, give them a fair shot. Of course, if they're not completely over it, or you feel as though something is still there, then of course, group number 2, it is completely your right to walk away from the situation if it makes you feel uncomfortable. But let's move a little further into your reading. We have magic. So it's important for you to know here that making a wish is not something to be embarrassed about, okay? We have a new moon coming up, or whenever it is that you're watching this video, Go on Google, figure out when the next new moon is. Manifestation is the most powerful then. There's a reason why you received this card right now at this point in time. So know that your guides want you to make a wish to manifest, okay? This is just a little side note. Ooh, okay, we got cards speaking for themselves. This is just a little side note that will bring more bounty into your life. We have hope, we have trust, and cycles. So we definitely have something here with trust, okay? Them being able to trust you. They like you because they feel as though you're a very trustworthy and honest person. Furthermore, one thing that I see here is that, you know, you give them kind of faith to move forward a better person and to continue to be a good person. In cycles, one thing that I see here is that everything has its right time, but you need to just allow things to come around when they're supposed to come around. As I said, this person has gone through a lot mentally, and of course, that is something that not everybody wants to deal with. So sometimes it can just take a little bit more time for you two to really gel, for you two to really have mutual trust. Because where I see the trust is maybe a little bit of an issue is the trust coming from your side. You may have, you know, mild control issues or severe control issues. Group number 2, not trying to call you out, but you know, trust issues is something that I see here within your reading. So it's important for you to kind of just honor the cycle. If it takes another cycle, another bit of time for you to come around to the thought of trusting this person, of allowing yourself to engage with this person in a more romantic manner or a deeper manner. But this is the person who adores you, admires you, and they like you for you. I don't see anything superficial here within your reading, okay? So that's just the last tidbit of information that I want to share with you, group number 2. Overall, I truly hope that you found this reading informative as well as insightful. If you did, leave a little dove emoji down below. Okay, we have 2 doves here and 2 of shells, very fitting for your reading. Let me know that you watched this video all the way until the end, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this electroplated quartz point, okay? So it has been electroplated with this gorgeous kind of angel aura yellow and purple. It is just absolutely beautiful. So I get why you chose this, okay? But let's move into your reading. I have prepared 2 cards, and the rest of the cards we are going to be picking and shuffling intuitively, because you guys know I know what I'm doing. So let's not prepare too much. I like to do it right in front of you, just to give you a little bit more of a sense that this is happening live. So in the Knight of Feathers as well as the 10 of Acorns, one thing that I see here is that the person who admires you admires your drive, okay? They admire the fact that you're the kind of person who can take action when they need to take action. So in the Knight of Feathers, I see that you're outspoken when you need to be outspoken. You're not somebody who likes to just talk to talk. You're not somebody who likes to just say things without really saying anything, if you know what I mean. You like to put meaning behind your words, and when you mean something, you mean something. In the 10 of Acorns, I see here that you're somebody who is very responsible, somebody who is very dedicated to a cause when you have a cause that you feel is worthy of your time, okay? So it is important to distinguish between a cause that is worthy of your time and a cause that you feel is just a waste of your time. When you are not 100% into it, it's going to show. It's going to seep through the way you communicate. That is one thing that I see in correlation to the Knight of Feathers. So you're somebody that can easily be read when it comes to something that you don't like to do. It shows all over your face. It shows in your body language, in the way that you communicate. So I want you to know that that is not something bad. That is something that actually makes it easier for this person to understand you, and also to understand when they're doing something that you maybe do not agree with or don't necessarily want to engage with. Then we have the 3 of Shells. So this person is somebody who is playful. This person is somebody who likes to go out, who likes to have a good time, and who likes to be around other people. They love to just spend time with their friends, their family, and to connect on a level that is not too deep, but also not shallow, okay? They like to have conversation that just stays in the realm of let's have a good time. In the Six of Shells, I see here that, again, they're a very social person. This person who admires you probably admires you for the fact that you seem to be very strong on your own. I see that they can be a little bit codependent in relationships or with their family and friends. And this is not something that is bad. This is not something negative. Some people just have a tendency to kind of be very close to certain people in their life when it comes to certain connections in their life, and it's hard for them to do things without getting the blessing of that connection, getting the blessing of that person that they look up to. So that could be their partner, which might end up being you. That could be a family member. It could be a best friend, just somebody whose opinion they fully and 100% trust. Then we have the King of Acorns as well as the Page of Acorns. So we do have a lot of acorns here in your reading. We have the 10 of Acorns, King of Acorns, and Page of Acorns, which leads me to think that this person is of a fire sign. And if you're of a fire sign, okay, for instance in Aries, it's important for you to know that they are attracted to you because of all of those qualities. They're attracted to you because of the fact that when you're passionate about something, you're passionate about something. And when you don't like something and you're being pushed, you can also be explosive, okay? In the King of Acorns, one thing that I see here though is that you have yourself pretty well under control. They like that. You're the kind of person that can be a little bit intimidating, but not to them. They don't find you intimidating. They find you to be somebody that they see. Okay, so when you walk in a room, okay, group number 3, let me explain it like this. They see how other people look at you. They see that some people might be intimidated by you. And it makes them laugh, okay? It makes them giggle because they know who you truly are and they're not intimidated whatsoever by you because they know you. But it makes them kind of like just grin a little bit when they see how you make other people's palms sweat, okay? In the Page of Acorns, I see here that they're always kind of like enthusiastic to discover new things with you. They're the kind of person who likes to go on adventures. They're the kind of person, as I said, who's very sociable. And it could be that you are antisocial, so they kind of like get you out of the house. Antisocial. You know, just more of an introvert. And group number 3, I'm in the same boat, so don't think that I'm shading you. That's not what I'm here for. I just thought it was funny because I fall in the same category and it would probably be more professional of me to say you're an introvert, but nope, I just go out there and say that you're antisocial. But hey, let's bond over that, okay? If you get what I meant, leave a little monkey emoji down below, as in the Page of Acorns, we have a little monkey. So let's move a bit further into your reading. We have expansion as well as prosperity. So I see here that they feel as though there's a lot of potential in your career as well as where you're going in your life. You seem to have prosperous energy to them. You seem to be somebody who can reach potential highs that other people cannot. That is how they see you. In prosperity, I want you to also know that a side message, a side note, is a gift of money being on its way to you, okay? Group number 3, so get excited for that and allow yourself to think of how you're going to use it in the smartest way. But whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Let's stick to this person who admires you. In expansion, I see here that they feel as though you kind of have a message to share. They feel as though you're keeping yourself a little too small. They look around and they see all these people taking a lot of recognition that they maybe don't even necessarily deserve, or that's at least how this person feels. And then they look at you, and little old you, not taking recognition for anything, not wanting to be that person who asks for too much, and they feel as though like, baby girl, honey, boo, like you can ask for more in life because you worked for it, okay? You've put out the work, you've put out the energy. Ask for something in return. They feel as though you're really kind of under-asking. You're underestimating how easy it really is to ask and receive in your lifetime. So that is just an indication that you may want to use, regardless of whether you want to be with this person or meet this person or not, regardless of whether you feel like this connection is going anywhere. Keep that in mind. If there's one thing I want you to remember, group number 3, it is that, okay? Everybody deserves recognition, and when you have worked for recognition, when you have worked your butt off, it is okay to shine, okay? It is fine to take that recognition or to just say thank you when people finally acknowledge. So don't be shy when it comes to that. Then we have addicted as well as peaceful among thorns. So one thing that I see here is that this person who is into you is kind of really into health and fitness. And peaceful among thorns as well as addicted, and in the fact that we have so many acorns and the numbers that we have in the acorns leads me to think that they are the kind of person who is really into keeping their body healthy, keeping their physique healthy, okay? They're the kind of person who, when everything is kind of going down in flames, they're peaceful, they're chilling, they're sleeping, okay? They probably sleep, have a very, very, what's it called? Like a strong sleep. They're a heavy sleeper. That's what I meant to say, group number 3. So that is just a little tidbit of information about them. Let's add a few more cards. We have passion as well as patience. So we are really on par with the fire signs here, okay? The fire energy is off the charts when it comes to your reading, group number 3. And passion, one thing that I see here is that passion is something that they love about you. Passion is something that they want more of in their life. They want to be around people who do things that excite them. They want to be around people who have that sparkle, that glow, you know? There are people who seem to sometimes, well, we've maybe all been there, where we have kind of lost our way, okay? And there's not really much behind our eyes when we're going through something really tough, or as I said, we've lost our way. And they like you because they feel like there's so much to you. They feel as though when they look in your eyes, they see an entire world. They see an entire kind of other dimension that they don't see in other people. So it's important for you to continue getting fired up about what you're really into, because sometimes you can feel embarrassed about the things you are into as soon as, you know, somebody is in your life that could be a potential lover, a potential romantic partner. All of a sudden you make the things that you're passionate about this much smaller, because you're like, oh, what if they don't like it, or what if they think it's weird? Like, let me just not play that up too much, okay? So one thing that I see here in patience is the fact that they do have time to give, okay? They are patient when it comes to giving you the time that you need to come out of your shell. They are patient when it comes to kind of like allowing divine timing to do its work. They are the kind of person who feels like everything happens in time, everything happens for a reason, okay? And they like you for you. They like you for all of the things that are quirky and all of the things that are yet to be revealed to them. So they're really kind of betting on you when it comes to getting to know you better and just unfolding more layers that are cool, that are amazing, that just show what an interesting person that you are. So no pressure, group number 3, but this is the reading that I received for you regarding the person that admires you. I hope that you found it insightful, and I hope that it gave you a good idea of what this person truly loves about you. Let me know down below in the comment section what hit home for you, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this gorgeous piece of raw amethyst crystal. So a little close-up for you just to see exactly what you chose. So the amethyst is a stone that brings out your intuition, that brings out kind of like your psychic powers, if you will. So that may be why you felt drawn to the stone, but I want to move into your reading to figure out exactly who it is that admires you. So we got 2 cards prepared. The rest we're doing intuitively, because why prepare more cards when we can do it right here in the moment, right? So we have the Magician as well as the 3 of Crystals. So I want you to know that this person that admires you, this person that thinks that you're somebody special, okay? They are someone who has a lot of willpower, somebody who is very creative. I see here in the 3 of Crystals that they're somebody who loves to be productive and they love to be effective. So they don't just keep busy to look productive. If they want to take a break, they're going to take a break, and they don't care about this whole hustle culture that's going on in our world right now. They're the kind of person who likes to be productive when it makes sense, and that is what I mean with being effective, okay? They feel as though they want to work smarter, not harder. They want to set things up in their life in a way how they have systems that work, and they can spend more time doing other things. They can spend more time creating even more value in this world. So this person is an outgoing person. This person is somebody that maybe is even like low-key a public figure kind of person, or just at the head of something, somebody that is known. So for instance, in a company, you know, an intern wouldn't be known by many, but somebody who is a bit higher up in the ranks would be known by more people in the company, just to give you an idea of what I mean. So in the Magician, I want you to know here that they're the kind of person who is forever looking for solutions to problems. They don't feel as though there is ever any problem that is too big for them to solve or too big for them to overcome, okay? They are an optimist. They are somebody who likes you, who adores you, because they feel as though they can bring you along on this journey with them. They feel as though you don't judge them. That is one thing that they really love about you. Then we have Temperance as well as the 9 of Acorns. So in Temperance, I see here that one thing that they feel like you can bring into their life, one thing that they feel like maybe they're kind of lacking, is balance, okay? In Temperance, I see as though they are the kind of person that can sometimes overdo things, that can sometimes kind of like, once they get into something, they're super into it. They go through phases. They go through phases where they're obsessed with things, and then that will last for a little while, and then they'll find their next obsession, okay? So I want you to know that this could be anything. This could be drawing, this could be singing. They may be obsessed with a business idea, then move on to another. So they are always in motion, and what they love is that they feel like you can bring stability and balance to their life. In the 9 of Acorns, I see here that there's somebody who is powerful, there's somebody who can persevere in any situation. So should you end up being with this person, should you end up forming a connection, be it romantic or platonic, they're going to persevere to make sure that this connection lasts. They don't give up on friends, they don't give up on love, they don't give up on somebody that they feel like they have a strong connection to. That is just not them. They fight for the people in their life, and they will fight for you because they feel as though you're somebody of value to them. You're somebody who makes them feel special and understood. Then we have Beloved, we have Healer, as well as Flow. So we just kind of have this being reiterated, okay? In the Healer, I see here that your healing gifts are something that they admire so much. They feel as though whenever they're around you, it's almost like going to the doctor or going to a place where you can get like a vitamin drip, okay? They feel as though you are that vitamin drip for them. They feel as though you're the kind of person who is very true to themselves, and that gives them confidence in continuing to be true to who they are and true to their own path, okay? So you're very inspiring. That is something that they really admire and adore within you. And Beloved, I see here that you have to prepare for your life partner in this person, okay? Group number 4, this reading is most likely about your life partner. This reading is most likely about the kind of person who is that romantic relationship that is supposed to be in your life for a lengthy amount of time. Dare I say forever, okay? So I want you to know that if you feel like this person is already in your life, then know that this card is an indication for romance being returned into the relationship, because often when we're with somebody for a very long time, it can be hard to keep things interesting. It can be hard to keep things spicy and to keep things going, and sometimes it can feel as though the love has dulled a little bit. So I want you to know that this is good news for a relationship in your life. If this is what you see as your relationship, if every single point you were like, yeah, this is them and this is how they see me, I want you to know here in Flow that there is kind of like an easier way to establish or re-establish this connection should it have been faded like we just spoke about. So I want you to know in Flow that you kind of have to release expectations. I see that expectations are the ultimate killer and destroyer of your love life, group number 4, and I just need to be blunt and honest with you. Of course, it is easy to say, oh, well, I'm not expecting too much, but subconsciously you are, and you kind of know it, okay? You kind of know what you expect and what you want, but you're just kind of trying to play like cool, but it's important for you to really get to the root of that, to really be honest with yourself. You don't need to tell anybody, okay? You can write this in a journal, you can keep this completely to yourself. Don't feel like this needs to be public information. It does not, group number 4, but this is for your future relationships. So release forms of expectation, because that just keeps you so fixated on something that you're expecting or really deeply wanting, or you think you really deeply want. And as soon as you get something else, you don't even consider whether that thing is good or bad. You're just like, oh, that's not what I expected, so I don't like it. You know what I mean, group number 4? It just makes you a little bit irrational, and it makes you not see the good in certain things that come into your life. So try and keep a distance between yourself and expectations. Then we have a downcast pride as well as artificial heart. So this person likes you because they feel like you're real. They feel as though you're never going to sugarcoat anything. That is one thing that I see in artificial heart. They have dealt with so many people that are fake. They have dealt with so many people who say one thing but actually do another, who say that they like you but then they'll go talk behind your back. You know what I mean? Like, we've all been in that situation, and in downcast pride I see that has really hurt their ego. That has really bruised them in a way how they don't want to be bruised ever again. So group number 4, know that this person admires you for your honesty and for being the kind of person who will not lie, okay? So you would rather even stay silent than lie, and that is something that they really kind of agree with. They agree with that philosophy. They feel as though you're somebody with integrity, somebody that they can vibe with on a level where communication isn't even needed. So that is what they really adore and like in you. Then we have colorless angel as well as naked before the stars. So I see that they're really nervous thinking about getting intimate with you, group number 4. So this could be a little bit TMI, but I want you to know here that they're really worried that you won't find them physically attractive. They adore you physically as well, which is why they're worried about this, because they feel as though you're the kind of person that is like, they put you on a pedestal. They find you to be physically appealing, and they're worried that you will think lesser of them. So maybe they have a big scar somewhere, or they just don't feel very comfortable in their own body, or they have something that they're born with. You know, it could be a skin condition, it could be, you know, something that is just slightly different about them, and they feel as though just being like naked before you, naked before anybody, is where they feel uncomfortable. So just ease yourself into the situation. Try and just keep things very lighthearted, and know that they're nervous about revealing more of their physical self to you, okay? So tread very like playfully and lightly when it comes to that, because at the end of the day, you know, they really care about you. They find you to be somebody, as I said, who is almost like their life partner, who is their twin flame, who is their, who is their twin flame, and they just don't want to screw it up, and they don't want you to think that they're unattractive, because if you want this to last, obviously there has to be mutual attraction, which is just one of the things that worries them sometimes, because they admire you so much. So group number 4, this is the reading that I received for you. If you enjoyed it and made it to the end of your reading, leave a little honeybee down below, like we have here in the 3 of crystals. That will let me know that you made it to the end. So wherever you are in this world, group number 4, I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that you're doing well, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos.